about to get into DIV by Lady Leshurr, and I know it's a little bit left from what I came out here to do, but I rate Leshurr and this is new, so let's do it.
Yeah. They don't want to be the queen, man. No. Look, I'm not the one, but I'm the one. All around the globe, they know I'm a done. I didn't even need to reply. I was just bored, I wanted some fun. I had to do this, ready for rum. Want to get out for a...
Hold on a minute. What have I stumbled across here? This is a diss tune. Hold on a minute.
Yeah. They don't want it with the queen, man.
They don't want it with the queen, man.
Look, I'm not the one, but I'm the one. All around the globe, they know I'm a done. I didn't even need to reply. I was just bored, I wanted some fun. I had to do this, ready for rum. Want to get out for a gal, are you dumb? You know you all on yourself, you're a punk.
Hey.
You couldn't have done. You don't want smoke, I'll keep you blunt. Look, it's a publicity stunt. Trying to make it seem like it's cause of my video when it's been 1 year and 9 months. Huh? Something don't add up. You're trying to use my name for your
Hold on. I have to go do some research and come back. This is a what they call it? This is a precedent because I don't know what the fuck I'm listening to here. So I need to see. Yeah. Okay. I went and did his research. So and I listened to that freestyle by Ivorian Doll. I had heard it before, but I'd forgotten about the shots. And from what I saw, it was. She took shots at a few people, but Leshurr, there was only 2 bars about Dog on a Leash and Queen's speech. So this is obviously a reply to that. I'm guessing by the title. Right, let's do it again. Action part 2, though. Jesus. Now I get the context. I see why you're vexed, Leash.
They don't want it with the queen, man.
I see why you got on the army fatigues. Oi, oi.
Look, I'm not the one, but I'm the one. All around the globe, they know I'm a done. I didn't even need to reply. I was just bored, I wanted some fun. I had to do this, ready for rum. Want to get out for a gal, are you dumb? You got it all on yourself, you're a punk. Say it for me, now you couldn't have done. You don't want smoke, I'll keep you blunt. Look, it's a publicity stunt. Trying to make it seem like it's cause of my video when it's been 1 year and 9 months. Something don't add up. You're trying to use my name for your new stuff. Wanna play my games, get you dogs? What are you trying? Get a new stuff.
Oi!
You don't want none, we're in a bad. Spin them and done, hit with rats.
Because in my opinion, she is the hardest female in the game, bar none, yeah? That's a big statement, but if there's anyone you think is better, put them in the comment section, but I don't think there is anyone better. So it took a brave girl to come and take shots knowing that this might happen. Fuck you.
You when I'm stunned, what's my brand? You when I'm tough. Just had to hit her with the birthday beats, but we're not gonna smack at the wordplay beat. I'm a grip like a mermaid scene, full of fierce, right now, look at her grey knees. Kill a bird.
Oh Lord have mercy. You know what she's the queen of as well? She's the queen of punchlines and she's the queen of ad-libs. The ad-libs are nuts, bruv.
A birthday day, blow out the house with a word rate. Throw your cake on the floor, that was dirty. Surprise! No, look at her face. Shook, yeah, you're an earthquake. Can't see me, hat low like nurse play. This shit shouldn't have spoke in the first place. Thirsty for controversy. Everybody must have hit a nerve. Why would anybody wait 2 years? Aw, you sang her. You should have done a little bit of research. You was a me when I heard about you. Weren't on a scene when I heard about you. Get a drunk like a dance, get served like you. Or get on top like birds like you. You wanna go, baby, go. You a target. Easy. There's only one Barbie. Thin line between coffee and Harvey. Stay with your chest if you profit. Trash.
I see where she went with that, because looking at the freestyle, there is a bit of, I don't know if it's copying or if it's homage or if it's inspiration, but obviously that girl is inspired by the Nicki Minaj's of this world, so she's letting that know. You know what else she's the queen of? She's the queen of switching up flows. I'm just going to go back a little bit because the flows just...
9 months. Huh? Something don't add up. Trying to use my name for your new stuff. Wanna play my games, can I you know?
What? She's gonna change.
Gonna do stuff. You don't want that. You don't want none. We're in a bag. Spin them and gone. Hit her with backs. Leaving them stunned. What's my brand? Just had to hit her with the birthday beat. So we're not it's mad that the wordplay beat. I got gripped like a mermaid team. Full of fierce grind on. Look at her grey knees. Kill a bird on a birthday day.
Because I went back and caught the birthday beats line. Is it her birthday? Is it her birthday? You still got 24 hours to reply.
Your cake on the floor, now it's dirty. Surprise! No, look at her face. Shook, yeah, you're an earthquake. Can't see me, hat low like nursery. Rejection and a stroke in the first place. Thirsty for controversy. I really must have hit a nerve. Why would anybody wait 2 years?
True that.
You sang her. You sang her with a research. You was a meme when I heard about you. Walk on a scene when I heard about you. Get a drunk like a dance, get served like you. Or get on top like birds like you. You wanna go, baby, go. You a target. Wanna be Nikki. There's only one Barbie.
Wanna be Nikki.
Copy and Harvey. Snake with your chest if you profit. Trash, garbage, send Liverpool. Me, I want it rotted.
I want it rotted.
Like Moses and the Red Sea, the bar. Build the bridge and then get over it. Roll your bombs, you need to hold your lips. Close your mouth, I'll spin an auto with you. You better make sure you close your fits. No, not that backtrack. Pop that strap that's attached to the cap on that. Snapchat, facts. No, my team buddies in the back. That's my thing.
Easy.
You don't know remix that. 18, I am the realest, yeah. But the problem then keep it, yeah. Don't tell me how many speeches I should do when you ain't even seen this, yeah. Last one was about 3 years ago, so that was a bit come reach this island. If I stopped at number 2, I'd be in the same place as you. Number 4 got my mom, my house, and my sister a car, and me a young no talk on my speeches when you done a queen speech and you're grinding. Just another remix of my thing. Posting no beat down, don't play me. It's cool,
because
I copy the blue.
I think from my memory, I think there was 4 Queen speeches, and they were a while ago, and they're hard. All of them are hard. And you know the one thing is that's true. When you do a diss track, and I don't know if what she said is facts, but I'm gonna say I believe her, and you do say something like the 3rd and the 4th Queen speeches bought my mum a yard and me a car or my sister, whatever it bought you, and it's actually factual. In other words, the amount of dough she made, it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete with facts.
Close it like Moses and the Red Sea.
The part
Through the bridge and then get over it. Roll your bombs, you need to hold your lips. Close your mouth, I'll spin an auto with you. You wanna make sure you close your fits. No, not that backtrack. Pop that strap that's attached to the cap on that. Snapchat, which one did? Die! No, I'm not team buddies in the back. That's my thing.
That's my thing.
No remix that.
Posty knows it.
The realest, yeah. But my close and then keep it, yeah. Don't tell me how many speeches I should do when you ain't even seen this, yeah. Last one was about 3 years ago, so that was a big reach this island. If I stopped at number 2, I'd be in the same place as you. Number 4 got my mom a house and my sister a car and me a yard too. I don't wanna hear no talk on my speeches when you done a queen speech and you're grinding. That's another remix of my thing. Posting no beat down, don't play me. It's cool though, bear man copy the blueprint cool though. They're long nights recording in studio. 20 years in school relevant, 5 years time to be like who are you though? Respectfully, who though? You can have my own style, call it a new flow. This one's my dude's giving them goosebumps. I'll make their hair stand off just like Julio. I warrior, cough medicine with clout. Been doing this since you was like 12. You push up your arm, you push your mouth. Flip up the crown, fix my crown, yeah. I couldn't drop this in October, but I didn't want to kill her in Black History Month. Lord, take the back tag, it's for fun.
Party done! The party done! She didn't want to kill you in Black History Month, sis. You know what? It's going to be hard. Because when you respond, and when people respond to diss tracks, right, normally you reference the bars in the, you know what I mean? You said this, but it's not true because this, and you said this, and blah, blah, blah. And you reference it like she referenced her, what she said about the Queen's speeches. But for her to go through the amount of content in this on 2 minutes and like 2.5 minutes in this, because there's no chorus, the amount of content in this and respond to it, I don't know about that 24 hours thing, bruv.
April Fools, ask your gotcha, you got punk. Make the rules, ask your mother, who's the mom? Make my future studio, so make some on. Go grinding, I put the groundwork in. Watch you begin to lost and found working. Yeah, with the ground version. You'll get trapped like a house broken. Roar out, don't wanna get brain. Old school like Boo Boo and an AJ. Really getting rude too, better be BK. Don't make me do like I did. I've been ripping those heads up from a young age. A tomboy, WWF days. Bare football, sitting and watching the FA. Say nah, that could have been coming with essays. I'm a master. I'm a beast, she was right. I'm a dog with the lead.
That's the other bar, innit? She got to 3 minutes and 15 seconds before she even bothered responding to the other bar. It was carnage for the first, and then she said, oh yeah, I need to respond to what she said, innit? Might as well just clap her. Because the thing is, Leshurr's been doing this a little while, and you can see the delivery and the performance. And now I see, because it says under the video that it was recorded and laid and the video shot in 24 hours, and it's like a warning to say this is what I'm capable of in 24 hours. So if you clap back, I'm coming back for your neck in 24 hours. I believe that's what I think that's the reason why that statement is there, to say my pen game is this hard, so try it. I don't think she was. Would you? I wouldn't respond if I was there.
I put the groundwork in. Watch you begin to lost and found working. But they're not working. You'll get dragged like your house curtains. Draw out. Get brain old school like food and an AJ. Really getting rude too, better behave. Don't make me do like I did. I've been ripping those heads up from a young age. A tomboy, WWF days. Bare football, sitting and watching the FA. Say nah, that could have been coming with essays. I'm a master. I'm a beast, she was right. I'm a dog with the leash, and I can't with the beast. Can't hear out. Control alt and delete. Calm hard, I'm laughing this week. I can't even breathe. Hard with the beat. I'm sorry, and me not sorry. I need to remind you all when I'm talking my league. Levels above in the scene. Leash.
I don't think she should respond. I think she should just pretend this. But I'm not, and the thing, I'm not saying that she's no good. To be fair, I listened to that freestyle and I thought, yeah, she's heavy, man. But there's levels to this, innit? And you can see. I first heard Leshurr. She did it was one of the early challenges. You know, they do them challenges, but it wasn't a challenge to write bars to a beat. It was a challenge to spit that verse, Busta Rhymes verse on that track with Chris Brown. Look at me now. You know that thing when it goes. And she did it, and she was probably, and I'm telling you, there's probably 100 people did it, or Angie Martinez and bare people done it, and hers was the best one. That was the first I ever heard of her. That was before I even heard her spit. I don't know if she obviously was spitting before that. But that, I can't remember when that tune came out. It was probably a long time ago thinking about it. But she's been perfecting her craft since then. And I know, and that's kind of what, this is one of, funny enough, this is the hardest I've seen her come for a while. It reminds me of back then when she was hungry. Because I know she's been doing all dancing shows and cooking shows and she ain't really been about. I seen one tune with Busy Signal, I think, but it weren't this. You know what I mean? It was not this. So thank you, Ivorian Doll, for bringing back this leash, because this is the Leshurr that I liked. This is the Leshurr that I thought was heavy. I mean, it's brave to go for, because Lady Leshurr is one of the best in the game, period. Not one of the best females in the game, one of the best in the game. And I think the only reason that she's not gone proper clear is because I don't know, I could see from years ago she was inspired by people like Missy Elliott and that, yeah. And people like Missy Elliott are entertainers and they're lyricists and they just make good music. So to me, the reason why Leshurr's not gone top tier is because, and she is top tier, don't get it twisted, is because she carries herself well. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't have her breasts batty out, and she doesn't promote shotting and guns. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you can't do that if that's the life that you live, but if it's not, there's nothing wrong with just making good music. Do you know what I mean? and it seems like they only want to push the girls. And I don't know. That's the industry. That's the way it works, isn't it? It's sex sells and all that. So I don't know if that's the way. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy that Leshurr does what she does, and I'm happy that she hasn't changed, because she could have done. Most artists do when they realise what's going to happen, especially when you see an artist that's been around for a long time. If you ever saw, I can't think, I can't remember the name of them, but like a Miley Cyrus and that. If you ever saw what they were like when they were kids, and then they hit their teens and early 20s, what they had to do to become where they are, do you know what I mean? The things they had to write about and what they had to do on stage and all them foolishness. What's wrong with staying authentic? You ain't gonna make as much money, but